me start by sharing my screen with you, and I'm going to share this screen. And actually, I thought this was what Ashwini might be asking about, which is some taster sessions that RealBridge run. If you go to the RealBridge website here, you can click on this Try RealBridge link, and there are these trial sessions. There are only 8 boards, I think. They're just to try out RealBridge before you play in another game. So if your friend Ashwini wants to try that, or if anyone wants to play that at any time, you can. It's really more for people who want to try out RealBridge without entering into a full game. So that's a link to that.
Okay, thank you.
But I'm going to just start by muting everyone here. So do unmute yourselves if you have any questions to ask. And we're going to be looking at a variety of hands involving thinking about attacking some aspect of dummy. So here's a hand where you are east. The bidding has gone 1 heart, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. Your partner leads the jack of spades, and there you see dummy. And what are you thinking about when you look at dummy? Well, what I see there is a very nice diamond suit. On the other hand, I as east have the ace of diamonds. So my object here is to try to stop declarer making all those diamond tricks if I can. So let's see how it goes. Your partner's led the jack of spades, which is presumably top of the sequence. The queen gets played. Let's suppose you play your ace, which wins the trick. And now you've got to decide what to play back. And in this kind of hand, what you really want to do is continue with partner's suit, because you know they have a sequence of jack 10 and perhaps the 9 as well. And what you want to do is play the spades back. Eventually you will knock out the king of spades in dummy, and then you will try to use your ace of diamonds to prevent declarer from running that diamond suit. But preventing declarer from running the diamond suit will only work if the king of spades is off the table. So this might be what you would do anyway in this situation, but you certainly want to do it with this hand here. Just carry on with another spade. Your partner here just plays the 8, because you can see that's good enough to force out the king. If declarer ducks, your partner plays another spade, and declarer gets in with the king of spades. And now you've achieved that objective of getting rid of all the entries to dummy except in diamonds. Now, suppose declarer at this point plays a high diamond. Are you going to play your ace here?
No.
I hope not. Because what you're going to try and do is stop declarer from making all those diamonds by ducking at least once. Now, what you want to do on this hand is, you can see there were 6 diamonds in dummy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You had 3 in your hand. That's 9. So between west and south, there are just 4 diamonds. And what's going to happen here is that you need to think about how those diamonds are divided. Let's suppose you play low here, declarer plays the 3, and your partner plays the 8. And this is a good time to think about how the diamonds might be divided. Normally in this situation, you're hoping to get an indication, a signal from your partner as to how many diamonds they started off with. And if they play the 8, which seems to be a high card, it may well be that they started off with 2 cards in that suit. Or another possibility is that they've only got a singleton. And in that case, declarer started with 3 diamonds. So to be honest, you don't exactly know at this point how many diamonds declarer started off with. And if they were to lead another diamond, you would probably play low just in case declarer started with 3. Your object is to play your ace of diamonds as declarer plays the last diamond from their hand, so that you hold declarer to as few diamonds as possible. Let's just look for a minute at all four hands, and we can see that the situation actually is that Declara started with 2 diamonds, your partner started with 2. So Declara might actually try to take another diamond here, hoping you'll duck again. The other thing Declara might do is sort of give up on the diamond suit now. Now that you've ducked once, they can see there are no real prospects of setting up that diamond suit. So they might use the fact that they're in dummy to actually try some finesses. And what they might do is give up on the diamonds now, and maybe lead the 9 of hearts. If you play low, your partner will win that one with the king, and they can now play the ace of spades. And when they play the ace of spades, you've got to think about what to discard. I think a diamond is a good thing to discard, and Declara might well discard a diamond as well, because there are no real prospects of setting up that suit now. So now what? Well, West, East-West have taken 4 tricks now, which is great. And probably the best thing for West to play is another diamond. They kind of know what's been going on in diamonds by the way it was played. And if they play another diamond, your part East can take that ace, and that's 5 tricks to the defense. After this, whatever gets played, Declara is going to make the rest of these tricks. They can take their clubs, and when they play the Queen of Hearts and the Jack falls, they'll make the rest of the tricks, but they'll be held to 8 tricks there. And all that was the sort of fairly natural play, if you like, of when your partner leads a suit and you win it, of returning your partner suit, because that was obviously the right thing to do in this situation. Do interrupt me if you have any questions on this. And we're going to have a look at a slightly different one. Here it's gone 1 no trump, 3 no trump. Again, your partner leads the Jack of spades. And this dummy is almost like the other dummy, except the diamonds are solid here. Declara is very lucky to have 6 top diamonds here, which is going to be a source of 6 tricks here. So this is similar to the other one, but the difference is that you don't have the ace of diamonds, and you can see that Declara, given the chance, will cash 6 diamonds. So let's suppose again they play the queen and you win that one with the ace. This time, I hope you can see that continuing with another spade is probably not going to work out very well for the defense. Declara will just win this one at some point with the king, and will be able to cash those 6 diamonds, and you won't be able to do anything about it. So this hand calls for a slightly different defense. Because what's different is those diamonds are solid, you really now want to try to take any tricks for the defense that you can before Declara can cash all those diamonds. And what you want to do in this situation is, having won the ace of spades, lead into dummy's weakness. And there are really 2 weak suits there in dummy, the hearts and the clubs. It's a bit of a guess as to which is the right one to play, although your hearts are a little bit stronger. So it turns out that the right defense is to switch to a heart. So if I bring up the 4 hands at this point, you've got the kind of layout you were hoping for that allows the defense to collect some heart tricks. And you may think you were very lucky, but even if it had not worked out, you gave yourself really the only chance. If you don't take any tricks that are coming your way, I hope you can see Declara is easily going to make the contract, because they've got 1 spade to take, all those diamonds, and at least 3 clubs they're going to take. So it turns out, and if I click on the GIB button, you can see that the only defense to defeat this contract is to lead a top heart, the Queen of Hearts. And you're hoping that by leading into dummy's weakness, you'll trap any honors that Declara happens to have in their hand. So if you play the queen and Declara goes up with the king, your partner can win the ace, And now we'll hopefully switch back to hearts, and you'll be able to take a number of heart tricks. Otherwise, declarer would be taking all those diamonds, and you can actually defeat this contract. Once declarer gets in, though, they will claim the rest of the tricks because they've got all those clubs and diamonds. So this layout called for a slightly different defense, and it was all about trying to grab your tricks, because you can see otherwise declarer's got a fantastic source of tricks in the diamonds.
Tony,
Yes.
as your hearts are relatively strong, if you're leading, wouldn't you therefore think that maybe your partner's strength might be in the clubs?
Well, it's a bit of a guess, to be honest. And it could be that the clubs and the hearts were reversed, if you like, and it might have been the right thing to lead a club. The only thing I'll say is that normally when you open one no trump, you're unlikely to have a long strong major. You may have a long strong minor. So very often one no trump, against one no trump, the defense might be more likely to go after a major suit. But it's hard to know exactly. You're lucky, if your partner's got the ace of hearts there, but I could have easily changed it that clubs was the right lead. But the main thing is not to attack one of those suits, and not continue with spades, because declarer will just take their spade trick and cash all the diamonds and all the clubs. But yeah, it's I don't know if there's necessarily a right thing to do there. Let's try another one. Here it's gone one diamond and south bids one no trump, which is passed out. And this time your partner leads the 7 of spades. This was a hand actually I sent out in the email, I think, of this week's topics. And you can see, we can see a few things there. We can see the king of spades in dummy, and we've got the ace. My partner's lead of the 7 is presumably their 4th highest from their best suit. So we hope that they've got the queen over there, the queen and the 10 maybe. And we can also see that good suit in dummy, the diamonds again. But we have the ace of diamonds. So our aim is to stop declarer taking diamond tricks. We're going to hold declarer to as few diamonds as possible. Now, the first key decision is when declarer plays low from dummy, East has got to realize not to play the ace. It's very likely that your partner's got the queen there, and so you should really play the jack here, and if you're lucky, that will win the trick. So that's the first thing. Now, what are we going to play back? Well, I don't want to lead another spade back because that will allow declarer to make the king here. I've got the ace, so I'm hoping that will stop the king from making a trick. The other thing I've got here is is the ace of diamonds, which I hope will stop the diamonds from running. But I have to do one other thing, which is to knock out all the entries to dummy for that to be a successful strategy. So what I really want to play here, and I'm really hoping that my partner's got something in hearts, the king of hearts, so that I'm going to lead a heart now to knock out the other entry to dummy, to knock out the ace of hearts. So I'll leave the queen of hearts. My partner plays the 7, which looks like it might be encouraging. So I win that one. I play another heart over, and declarer wins the ace. And now declarer starts on diamonds. And again, I'm going to have a little think about it. This time there were 5 diamonds in dummy, 3 in my own hand. So the missing diamonds are presumably 3 and 2 between the west and the south hands. So let's see what signals I get. My partner plays the 6, and it's worth thinking about whether we can tell whether that is high or low. The way I like to think about this is think about, are there any diamonds lower than the 6, so it's unaccounted for. And there are here, there's the 2 and there's the 5. So quite likely my partner started with 2 diamonds, and in that case, declarer would have started with 3. So if they play another diamond, I'm going to duck again. And now, if they were to play another diamond, I would, that would be the last diamond from declarer. So if they play another diamond, I'm going to win that. I will then go back to hearts, because that seemed to be a good tactic as before. Play the jack of hearts, play the 10, my partner takes the king. So that's 5 tricks to the defense. And now West is on lead, and West has got to lead something else. He might try the queen of clubs, some kind of sequence there. Declarer might actually play low there, let him win that, because actually he's hoping that you play more clubs, and that might help him. It turns out on this hand that the best defense now is to switch to a spade, because you kind of know that your partner had the ace over there, because declarer didn't win that first trick, and the best defense is to play the queen of spades. Your partner will let that go around, then play the 10, your partner takes the ace, and declarer will make the last 2 tricks, but be held to just 5 tricks, down 2 against the best possible defense there. So that was one where, when you win the first trick with the jack, there are, I suppose, 2 possible strategies there. One is to try to take some tricks in clubs, or the other is to hope that you can knock out the ace of hearts. And I would say that this particular bidding sequence, where it's gone 1 diamond, 1 no trump, South, you will find very often doesn't have any length in either major. They didn't bid them either major, so they don't have a 4-card major, and they didn't support diamonds, so they're very likely to have length in clubs. So that's why I think on this hand it's a much better strategy to try to knock out the ace of hearts than to play clubs, because South may well have some length or strength in clubs. Dun Trump, if you have any comments on this one. And let's have a look at another one. Here it's just gone 1 spade, 3 spades, 4 spades. And your partner leads the queen of diamonds, which looks like it's top of a sequence. It could conceivably be a short suit, but that doesn't seem very likely based on the shortness in dummy. And what you need to do on a hand like this is have a little think about where the defense is going to make any tricks. We know that your partner's led the queen of diamonds there, which is top of a sequence. And that basically tells you that declarer must have the king. So how many tricks in diamonds can the defense make here? There's not a poll, but anyone like to answer?
1.
Yeah, there's only 1 trick. You may think your partner has made an unfortunate lead there, but they've made a normal lead, presumably top of a sequence. And with declarer having the king and a doubleton in dummy, you can see you're only ever going to make 1 trick. Where else are you going to make a trick? Well, let's see. If your partner has a high spade honor, like an ace, you make a trick there. Similarly, if they've got the ace of hearts, you'll make a trick there. But apart from that, the only other place you can possibly make tricks is in clubs. So what you have to do on this hand is overtake with the ace. That's your only trick you're going to make anyway. And now you're in an ideal position to lead into dummy's weakness. And again, you're hoping for some kind of layout like this, where when you lead a high club here, the queen, you're trapping any honors that declarer has in their hand. And if the queen wins, you're going to carry on there, capturing the king, and you'll defeat the contract by making a 3rd club there. After that, whatever gets played here, declarer will just draw trumps and cash their hearts, and they've got bags of tricks there. But you made the first four. You made the first four tricks, and were able to defeat the contract there. Anyone have any comments or questions on that? Really, clubs was the only prospect of making any tricks there, and even if you know, your partner hadn't had the ace of clubs, it wouldn't have done any harm. You wouldn't give away anything, and on a layout like this, you can defeat the contract. Let's try another one, and actually, I've got some polls coming up here. Here's one where South has opened one heart, your partner overcalled 2 diamonds, and North bid 4 hearts. That was passed out. Your partner leads the king of diamonds. And my poll question for you is, the 10 is played from dummy. Poll question, so don't answer verbally, is which diamond should East play? So let me launch a poll on that. What should West, the question should say, what should East play on the king of diamonds? So it's phrased wrongly, but what should you play on the king of diamonds? Okay, let's share the results with you. And we can see the majority here have gone for the ace of diamonds, with fairly even numbers going for any of the low cards. So let's have a look at this. This is a hand actually that was played just over a year ago, and no one found the right defense on this one. In other words, all the declarers made 4 hearts here. Well, just like last time, if I ask you how many diamond tricks can the defense make here, the answer is 1, because there's a singleton in dummy, and dummy's got good trumps. So apart from the diamonds, you can see you're going to make the ace of spades here, but apart from that, the only other tricks that you've got are in clubs. And it's very important for you to overtake the king of diamonds with your ace, so that you can lead into dummy's weakness. The layout you're hoping for is something like this, and it's essential for you to overtake here, because if you left your partner on lead and they led a club, it will be leading into dummy's strength here. Much better for you to lead, so that you can lead a club into dummy's weakness. Now, on this hand, East declarer's got the ace here, okay? But you still might be able to defeat the contract. Note, when you play the jack, your partner gives an encouraging signal with the 8, so that's an important message for you. Now declarer draws trump, so let's see what happens. They draw trumps in 2 rounds. Those they play a diamond, which they ruff, and then they lead a spade. And when they lead a spade here, you almost certainly want to go up with your ace right away. You don't know exactly what's happening here, but for declarer to lead the 7 of spades in this situation, it means they almost certainly have the jack in their hand. They wouldn't be playing this way otherwise. And your best bet here is to go up with your ace and then lead a club back before declarer has a chance to discard the clubs on the spade. So you then lead the 10 of clubs, that captures the queen, and another club will defeat the contract. You'll make the clubs, 3 clubs there. Whatever happens now, declarer will win that one and can make 9 tricks there. So here again, very important for you to overtake your partner's king with the ace, so that you can lead a club back. Otherwise, declarer will, if you leave your partner on lead, then they can't really lead anything that will help them set up the clubs. Okay. Do interrupt me if you have any comments on this. And I've got another one here. Here it's gone 2 spades. That's a weak 2. Your partner doubled, and North jumped 4 spades. And down comes dummy. Your partner leads a king of clubs, and I've got a second pole for you now, which is declarer plays low from dummy, of course. And the question is, which club should East play? So which club should you play on your partner's king of clubs? So I'm going to launch that poll and see if you can decide which club to play here. So it should say what is East's, what should East play? And most of you have gone for the ace, with quite a few saying the 9 or the 8 or the 2. So let's switch back to that hand, and let's have a think about this. Where are the defense going to make tricks from? So let's just go back here after the king is played. Well, it seems defense is hoping to make 2 clubs here. Presumably you'll be able to make 2 tricks there. And you've also got the king of spades. Now, South has got a 6-card spade suit, and there are 5 in dummy, but you've got the king of spades, which is presumably going to make a trick there. The only other place you're going to make a trick is in diamonds, isn't it? And you, again, want to, at the right point here, lead a diamond. Now, what you want to happen is you want your partner actually to win this first trick, to lead another club, which you will win with your ace, and then you will play a diamond. So the winning line here, and let me just, so if a club is played, if I click on the GIB button, you'll see that if you make the mistake of playing your ace here, you will give declarer a way to make this contract. What you want to play here is you want to encourage by playing, say, the 9 or the 8. And then when you gain the lead, and then win the second trick so that you can lead into dummy's weakness. It does not work out so well if you take your ace of clubs here. We'll look at the 4 hands in a minute and see why. But what you want to do is encourage this one. Then if your partner leads another club, you must overtake this one. Again, it's very important here to play your ace so that you can now switch to dummy's weakness. The only place you might make any tricks is in diamonds. And you're hoping for some kind of layout like this. Here, your partner has potentially going to make a trick with the king of diamonds, but he'll never make it if he has to lead that suit. So you lead a diamond here. Let's suppose declarer plays the ace. Your partner might well give you an encouraging signal with the 10 here. And let's suppose declarer now tries drawing trumps. West discards here, so he knows there's no point trying any finesse here. Declarer might well win this one with the ace, and now realizes that he's got some diamond losers. He doesn't really want to draw this last trump because East will win and they'll be able to cash 1 diamond. So probably declarer's best bet is to play the hearts and hope that he can discard on the heart suit. So that's the hope on this one. But East is able to ruff the queen of spades and then play another diamond back to your partner's king, and you can defeat the contract that way. So that was a slightly tricky one, but it does not work out well for you to play your ace of clubs here. You need to just encourage, take the second club, and then you're in the ideal position to lead back a diamond. Do interrupt me if you have any comments on that one. And I've got a last hand for you, and this is again in the form of a poll is coming up here. The bidding has gone 1 spade, 2 clubs by you. North bid 2 hearts, South bid 2 spades, and North jumped to 4 spades. And let's suppose you're West, and let's suppose you start off playing clubs. So you play the ace of clubs. When I see dummy there, what I'm thinking, seeing is that nice heart suit in dummy. That's just going to be a source of tricks. Anyway, let's see what happens. We play the ace. My partner plays a 3, which is discouraging. So I don't think he's got a doubleton, for example. But I cash the second club. And now I've made 2 tricks. I'm hoping to make the king of spades here. And I'm hoping to make the king of diamonds. And if I can make both of those, I will be able to defeat the contract. But the problem here is that good heart suit in dummy that might provide a good source of tricks for declarer. So here is the final poll of the evening. And the question is, you've just cashed the ace and king of clubs. And the question is, which suit are you going to lead now? So here comes the last poll of the evening. Which suit do you think West should play at trick 3? Have a little think about it. Sorry, it says what is East play. It should say what is West play. Which suit would you go for? Okay, let's end the poll there. This one is not easy. Which ones are easy? Okay, so most of you have gone for a diamond, 55%, with equal numbers going for the other 3 suits. Okay, well, let's think about this. Declarer has that long heart suit in dummy, which is presumably going to be a source of tricks for declarer. And if you allow declarer to make those heart tricks, they may be able to discard losers from the south hand here. You kind of know from the bidding that south doesn't have very many hearts, because the 2 heart bid should promise a 5-card suit there, presumably. So south has probably got no more than 2 hearts. But it's quite possible that if they have 2 hearts, you've got 2, that declarer will be able to run that suit, and it may make all those tricks. So what can you do about that? Well, the only thing you can do is to, oddly enough, play the heart suit yourself now. In other words, if I click on the GIB button, the computer is telling you the only way to defeat this contract is for you to play hearts now. And what you're doing by playing hearts now is you're playing hearts before declarer has had a chance to draw trumps. So you're kind of hoping to knock out the entries to dummy so that declarer won't be able to make all those heart tricks, because they need to draw trumps before they can play and make all those heart tricks. So the winning defense is actually to play a heart. Well done if you found that. It's not at all easy. I mean, another possible card you could play is a low spade is probably a safe lead. I would not lead I would not lead a diamond. Leading away from the king there, the declarer could easily make a trick with the king, with the queen, and then they're going to make their ace. Another consideration on this hand is that your partner is extremely weak here. You had a lot of points here, and your partner's probably got nothing in their hand. So leading away from the diamond, declarer could make a trick maybe with the jack if they have that in their own hand. Leading a club is dangerous too, because declarer might be able to discard from one hand while they ruff in the other. But a heart turns out to be the winning defense here. Let's just bring up the 4 hands and see what happens when you lead a heart. Declarer can win that one. And declarer might start by trying to draw trumps here. Suppose they play the jack of spades, but the finesse loses, you win the king, and declarer still hasn't been able to, still hasn't drawn trumps. So again, what you need to do is play another heart. And what you're doing here is you're preventing Declare from just drawing trumps and then cashing all those hearts. So Declare has won this one. Now Declare might maybe try to take another heart trick here. He can see that he won't be able to draw trumps and play any hearts. So let's suppose he plays a heart here. Now, East follows, so South can work out that West has got no more hearts. So there's no point playing low here. You may as well just rough it and draw the opponent's trumps. But although all those hearts are now good in dummy, you won't be able to get there. Okay, so you're left with just diamonds and spades. You can play a diamond, but when you play your second diamond, West is going to defeat the contract with the king there. Okay, and now Declare is going to be 1 down. So that was a very tricky one. Well done if you figured out that it might be right to play a heart there. It's very rare that you sort of want to lead along into a long suit here, but this is different. This is, here you can tell that by leading a heart now, before Declare has had a chance to draw trumps, you might be able to prevent him running that suit, which is what happened. So that was perhaps the best chance there to make your 4 tricks. Anyone have any questions or comments on that one? That was a very tricky one, that last one, I think.
Was.
Of course, you know, it may not have worked out if if Declare had happened to have say 3 hearts. Maybe they could have drawn trumps and still set up the hearts. Although the other possibility on this hand, if you do play hearts before the trumps have been drawn, is you might even get your partner to get a ruff, or you might get a ruff. But you know, those are the options. Anyway, we'll end the talk there, and we've got the game starting at 7:30. I'll stop sharing my screen with you there, and oops, sorry. And I just want to, and if you've got, let me just stop that recording.